going to jump to a game I think we're both very excited for. Miami
Mhm.
App State. You want to get us kicked off
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, absolutely. So, this is a team with, I'd say, two different kind of trajectories right now, right? Like App State had a really good showing against a pretty solid Eastern Carolina team. I think got lucky or just was the benefactor of a lot of not poor plays, but just fate that ECO kind of took back. They had a couple plays that were overturned, like big touchdowns that were overturned from like holding penalties and things. So
Yeah.
a close game that maybe people realize, but certainly a good ECU team and a really good App State team versus Miami, who got blown out to Alabama. Having Jarek King come back from his ACL injury, clearly just didn't didn't perform great against a pretty stout, albeit young or fresh, new, whatever, Alabama defense, and they got blown out by 30 points. Yeah, 31 points. So
Mhm.
definitely tough to see. So you guys see now, like, where does Miami go to from here? This is a win that they definitely need to maintain any kind of hope of a good bowl game, of winning the ACC or anything else. App State, coming from this like pretty mighty Sun Belt team, as you talk about every
Honestly,
week.
honestly.
Yeah, along with Coastal and Louisiana, right? Who had a tough game last week, but um, yeah, I mean, it's a very good team. They're good every year. They seem to travel well, especially in the Southeast.
They really do.
Um, yeah. Yeah, they have a passionate fan base. Like, this is a team that's known for these upsets, if you can imagine, as you know from Michigan. There's some good returners as well, right? So you got Bryce, a former, I think, like 4-star at Clemson, came to App State to get a starting gig and did well last week for sure against an ECU team that isn't always known for the defense, I'll admit. You got Noel, the running back, who's been around for a while too, it feels like, had a solid game, 15 yards, 126 carries. Sorry, 15 carries, 126 yards. I think it's a defense that, again, bend, don't break high mentality, give up 19 points. So pretty high octane traditionally ECU team. It's only been one game, so we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, I like their chances. They're 9-point underdog. So Miami, I don't think they can overcome those odds entirely. I think Miami will win this game in the end. It's a very good team. Derek King is a favorite of mine personally. I love that he's been able to kind of recuperate and is back out there, of course. But yeah, I mean, I think it'll be close for sure, and I'm looking forward to it and seeing what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I think like you mentioned, App State coming into this game with, you know, another, maybe not the better quarterback, but a quarterback that was highly thought of coming out of high school.
Yeah.
And Chase Bryce, 5-star, went to Clemson, definitely got in a couple games, led. I remember he led some comeback maybe against like Syracuse once when
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Lawrence got
Yep.
hurt or something like that.
Yeah.
So, he looked decent in the 259 yards, I believe, and a
Yep.
couple touchdowns and one interception. Um, and yeah, and I think their defense played very well. East Carolina's quarterback Ahlers has, I believe this is his like third
This
season
year.
starting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's definitely very experienced. You know, has put up some really good numbers in his career. I guess he's only a fourth year junior because of COVID, but I mean, basically playing 4 full seasons here, uh, and holding him to, I believe, kind of a similar, um, they actually, Holden Nailers did have a very good stat line, uh, but holding their offense as a whole, namely their running game, who only ran for 86 yards, uh, and their leading rusher had 4 carries for 50 yards, and I think one of them was like on like a kind of a trick gadget play, or I can't remember.
Yeah.
I might be mixing that up with another game, but they're like, yeah, I mean, they just totally shut that down while App State themselves got the ground game going with 200-yard rushers. So, again,
Mm-hmm.
early in the season, we don't know too much about these teams, but App State the last few years has showed out really well, beating some powerful. They beat North Carolina a couple years ago. They beat South Carolina, maybe both in the same year, I want to say. maybe 2019, I think, something like that.
I don't remember that, but they beat us recently. I know for sure, and they beat
Yeah,
USC recently too. And NC State like in 2016 too. I'm pretty sure.
yeah,
So
they've definitely
yeah,
like
they pull them off.
they've gotten their wins over the Carolina schools for
Yeah.
sure. So yeah, and
So will
I've been
they
watching.
against Miami?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I'm kind of with you here. Have they seen it? How many times they see De'Ara King a season? You know, granted, he didn't look incredible against my Alabama, but I mean, using that as comparison, just like using like an FCS team, it's tough to know because there's only one defense that's like Alabama, so
Yeah,
we'll see.
that's true.
Yeah, we'll see. I would like to say that they do travel super well. I've been watching clips all week, and there was a clip of them beating North Carolina, and in North Carolina, and just having the contingent of fans that they had there a couple of years ago is just fantastic. So, who doesn't like a weekend down in Miami? So I'm sure they'll be out there cheering on their squad.
Yeah, especially the cold weather is rolling into a little bit.
Yes,
the Midwest here.
Just a little.
We'll escape for a winter. Yeah. Yeah, and the one thing I'll say too about these teams, App State again had a really good rush defense, like you mentioned, pretty poor pass defense. Miami had a tough day offensively overall, but I think it's a pretty balanced team in the end. Derek King, of course, is a dual threat quarterback. So I think the big question mark will be how does their pass defense, unless they stand up to Miami, can they continue to get pressure and keep King off of his uncomfortable, right? And you're testing out that leg, that knee. If they do that and they totally have a chance of winning, I think I never see App State get blown out either. Like, I can't think of a single game where they've really lost bad. So they'll be close no matter what, I'm pretty sure. The question is, who makes that one play on their team to maybe swing it to get some momentum for a final game-winning drive. So I think it's totally a chance. But I agree in the end. I think Miami's too powerful. Derek King's too much of a playmaker. I think they're going to want to redeem themselves in the Alabama game and handle App State in the end, but it'll be close.
Yeah, I'm just really
get them to cover.
Yeah, I'm just really excited to see just this conference, like the Sun Belt Conference. We've talked about their teams. App State certainly one of the better Group of 5 programs the last like 5-10 seasons, even before they made it into the FBS. A fantastic program that they've built. So, just really excited to see, what they're able to do in non-conference and hope. And I do want to see those 3 teams, App State, Coastal Carolina, Louisiana, have really strong conference showings as well. So,
yeah,
cool.
Cool.
Sorry. Go. No, finish.
I say kudos to them for like scheduling these like tougher games, right? Louisiana played Texas last week. App State took on ECU, and now Florida. I think Coastal's got a game against someone good too. What did they Kansas this week?
They're favored by like 25 points. That's wild.
I know it's incredible. Yeah. I want Kansas to succeed. I will say maybe not beat Coastal this week, but I want them to do well. I like Kansas. I don't know why. I just do. Rock chalk baby. But no,
Coastal also plays Buffalo at Buffalo, team that we already mentioned earlier. So, and then they're home for UMass, and then they start to get into their conference slate. So,
also no big names there, I guess, but
yeah,